children of the one Yahweh. Ye are the chosen of the one Yahweh. And he has given his laws to us.
What's going on?
He's taking pictures saying he's, I don't know, he's putting it on.
Where are you from, man?
I'm from Italy, but I live in Detroit.
What's that?
I'm from Italy, but I live in Detroit.
You born in Italy?
I was born in the States.
What's your father?
We're both Italian.
Italian?
Yeah.
What part of Italy?
Rome.
Rome? You familiar with people from Sicily?
Yeah.
You familiar with the Moors?
No.
You're not?
I mean, I know they are, but I'm not.
Are you considered a Spaniard?
Me? No.
Yeah. You're not?
No.
What's your nationality?
Italian and American.
Italian. So
And
the Italians were Romans, right?
Yeah, correct.
So you're considered a white person, correct?
I think so, yeah, Caucasian.
You know what the Romans did in ancient times?
Yes.
What they do?
I mean, unfortunately, they killed
What's that?
a lot of people. They had
Killed
an
a lot of
empire.
people?
Yeah.
What people?
Jews as well.
Jews as well. You know what the real Jews are?
No, I don't know.
You see the sign right here? Come close, man. Come close. Jew comes from what word? Are you familiar? No. Jesus is a Jew, but what does Jew mean? Right there. Judah. That's what it means. From the tribe of Judah. And what does that sign say? African Americans from the tribe of Judah. So back in the ancient world, the true Jews were Negroes. So when you see black people walking around right now, those are the real Jews of the Bible.
Right.
Are you familiar with the Bible? You believe in the Bible? You don't believe in the Bible? It's not a problem. Give me that in Jeremiah 17:4. And you give me Isaiah 1st chapter. This is what the prophecy says about the Jews. Read.
Jeremiah chapter 17 verse 4. And thou, even thyself, shall discontinue from thine heritage that I gave thee.
So God prophesied through the prophet Jeremiah that the true Jews are going to discontinue from their heritage. How do you think that came about? Are you familiar with slavery? That's how they lost their heritage, by being kidnapped by your ancestors.
Right.
You admitted you killed the Jews in the ancient world, right? Those are your people. You're getting the same fate as John, man. You know that? You're going into slavery, man.
Right.
You don't think so? Why would I shake your hand, man? You're my enemy, man. You don't believe in the Bible either. So why are you shaking my hand? Exactly. You don't believe in the Bible. So you're going to be destroyed, man.
Right. Right.
Who created the earth? Who created the earth? Where'd the earth come from? Big Bang? You believe in the Big Bang? So something came from nothing? Wow, that's incredible. Who? Your science, right? Let me ask you a quick question. When you put a thermometer in your mouth, what does it say? Correct. What does it say, though? 98.6 degrees? Yeah, something like that, right? When you die, what does it say? Why is that? Why does your body turn cold when you die? What? There's still blood in you when you die. What are you talking about? No. Why does your body turn cold when you die? Where's the body can come from? I'm asking you. You don't know. But you believe in science. So why does your body turn cold when you die? Yeah, it is. It actually is. But don't change the subject. I'm asking you a particular question. So you don't know. Have you studied it? Absolutely. Exactly. No, we're not going to shake hands, man. Give me that Sicarii. Not a problem. I'm going to read the Bible still, man. You're the devil, man.
Right.
If you want to take pictures, man, take pictures of yourself and kiss your ass goodbye, man. Give me that Sicarii 12. What you got? Give me Proverbs 13 and 13. Yeah, 12 and 10.
Sirach 12 and 10. Never trust thine enemy.
We're not going to trust the enemy. They're Roman. He's the devil, man. Why would I shake his hand? Go ahead.
Or like, as iron rusted, so is his wickedness.
So is his wickedness. He don't believe in the Bible. He believes in Big Bang Theory created by his own people. This degenerate white man, man. That made no damn sense. Is that it? Go ahead.
Though he humbled himself.
He humbled himself. He wants to be humble and be cool with us and shake my hand. Go ahead.
And go crouching.
Read.
Yet take good heed.
We're going to take good heed. We're going to stand back and observe him. Read.
And beware of him.
We're wary of that white man. He can call the cops on us right now and get his gun down. Go ahead.
And thou shalt be unto him as if thou hast wiped a looking glass, and thou shalt know that his rust hath not altogether been wiped away.
Yeah, his wickedness ain't gonna be wiped away because he wants to smile and try to shake my hand, man. You can take pictures all you want. That picture's gonna be burnt alive with America.
Right.
What you got? Give me that.
Proverbs chapter 13, verse 13. Whoso despiseth the word,
He despises the words of the Bible. He don't believe in the Bible. He believes in science. I asked him one scientific question and he doesn't know. Ain't that ironic? Give me that.
whoso despiseth the word shall be destroyed.
You gonna be what?
Shall be destroyed.
That white man gonna be destroyed, man. First of all, for persecuting the Jews. Secondly, for lying. And thirdly, for being a devil, man. That's plain and simple. 3 strikes. Is that it?
But he that feareth the commandments shall be rewarded.
We fear the commandment up here. All the Negroes, Hispanic, Native Americans, that's in this truth, fear the commandment, man. We're gonna be rewarded by ruling over these white people, man.
Right.
And I can't wait. It's gonna be a glorious 1,000 years before they get exterminated. What's that? Romans 3. 3 and 1 at the top. It's right here. Go ahead.
Romans 3 and 3. For what if some did not believe?
Yeah, that devil didn't believe, but he want to shake my hand like we're friends. He's an enemy of God and me, right?
Shall their unbelief make the faith of God without effect?
Exactly. He wants to not believe, but the Bible is going to stand firm. All the scholars, all the elites know the Bible is real. Not no Joe Schmo walking down 16th, read.
Verse 4. God forbid.
God forbid. Go ahead.
Yea, let God be true,
God be true, the creator of heaven and earth, Yahweh, read.
but every man a liar.
Yeah, he's a liar. He can't answer a simple question I asked. And just to be clear, I asked him, a thermometer in your mouth is what? It gives you a temperature. I asked him, why is your body turn cold when you die? He said, it's not a soul if you that's what you're getting at. And that's exactly what it is. It's your soul. Give me that in, I think it's Psalms 104 real quick. Exactly. They know better. Exactly. As soon as your soul leaves your body, it turns cold. 104. Exactly. Exactly. Where is it at? It's in Psalms somewhere. So,
She got a question.
who? You have a question? What's going on, sis?
I was wondering, do your beliefs negate science? Do they go against science?
It depends. It depends on what type of scientific facts you're trying to bring up.
Well,
Because it's definitely science that we can prove.
well, is it possible that God invented science?
Of course he did. He created everything.
So then, when you ask why your body goes cold, it goes cold because you cease metabolic function.
I'm sorry?
The mitochondria, the cells in your body, cease production of energy.
Mitochondria DNA, is that what you're talking about?
Well, yeah, the mitochondria in each of your cells produce energy. The powerhouses of the cell. So when you die, and you're no longer regulating your thermal energy, the mitochondria die, and they no longer produce energy, which no longer seeps out as heat. About 60% of your body, the energy produced by mitochondria is lost as heat. And it's distributed through your body in order to keep your organs proper temperature.
I can't hear you. You're a jerk. Hold on. Yeah, hold on.
Okay, I was saying about 60% of the energy produced by mitochondria is lost as heat energy and redistributed through your body
What you
by
got?
a signal of the hypothalamus.
Yeah.
Salvador!
Give me, hold on, let me find this real quick. What was you saying, sister? My bad. That
I was
dude.
saying that when you're alive and you're reasonably healthy, your body produces, the mitochondria in your cells, 60% of the energy that they produce is lost as heat energy and redistributed through the body by direction of the hypothalamus. The hypothalamus directs your your well, a lot of things, but it helps regulate your temperature by telling your body to redistribute the heat to all the other organs in your body.
True, exactly.
98.6.
I believe it.
Even in extreme temperature. When you die, your cells are no longer making energy and therefore no longer making heat.
But where does the energy come from outside of that?
Where does the energy come from?
Yeah.
From what you eat.
No, before that. Like, let's just say a woman gets pregnant. You familiar with that concept, right?
I have 3
How
children.
the sperm enters the egg?
I have 3 kids.
So the sperm is alive, right?
Yes.
Not the egg.
The egg is also alive. It's a cell.
The egg dies, though, if it's not penetrated, in a sense, every month, correct?
Correct. And just like the sperm would die if it doesn't penetrate.
Exactly. So that's what I'm getting at. The energy comes from a source. The sperm is a source of energy as well.
True.
So what I'm getting at, before it even gets to that point of people building up mitochondria, information like you're saying, it's already something that's already alive.
Well, yes.
That's what I'm referring to.
Well, yes, because life only comes from life.
True.
They figure that out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm getting at the point is God created life. That's who created everything on earth.
Okay.
He created all your bodily functions and all that. 5 fingers, 5 toes. He ordained that to be a normal standard in earth. That's why you see somebody with a missing finger, you're like, or an added finger, like, what the hell? Like, something's going on with that guy. Because it's not necessarily normal to us.
Right.
But in reference to science, read this.
Daniel 1:4. I'll start at 3. And the king spake unto Ashpenaz, the master of his eunuchs, that he should bring certain of the children of Israel, and of the king's seed, and of the princes, children in whom was no blemish, but well favored, and skillful in all wisdom.
Skillful in all wisdom, the children of Israel, read.
And cunning in knowledge.
Cunning in knowledge.
And understanding science.
Exactly. The children of Israel understand science back in the ancient world 3,000, 4,000 years ago. But obviously it's not as advanced as it is today. But overall, God created everything to be created on earth. Whether it's a wicked device or positive device, it all comes from God. They put the idea in the scientist's brain to build a nuclear missile. They didn't come up with it by themselves. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Do you believe in the Bible?
I believe in it, but I don't agree with it.
You don't agree with it? In what way?
I think that there's too many, way too many.
I'm sorry?
I feel like there's way too many instances where females are blamed for the destruction of something, or I mean, come on. I mean,
it's an even balance, I would say, because for the most part, give me that in Proverbs.
You got Eve with her apple. You got Samson and Delilah.
No, there was no apple. No.
Okay, it said.
No.
I mean, like, I'm talking about. She was the one. She was the temptress. What was the woman that asked for St. John the Baptist's head on a silver platter?
But that wasn't righteous though.
Right, exactly. My point is though, why is it always it's always some female that's taking the man off his right?
Exactly. The men mess up more than any woman on earth. Because we're supposed to be leading y'all. The Bible is predominantly about the men of Israel. The women have done a lot of righteous things on this thing.
My point is that there's a disastrous things, and not always, but in many cases, there was a female who was tempted, or the man asked.
There's wicked women everywhere. There's wicked women right now walking around.
There are.
So what's the point? It's even. So the Bible singles y'all out, is that what you're saying?
Basically,
that's not true.
That's blaming. And understand this. God made man, right, and he introduced Adam to all the animals and creatures of the world, and he did not see among them a partner. He said like, basically, like, God, all stuff is great and everything, but I want someone for me, right? He was incomplete. So God said, oh, I got you. All right, take a nap. I got you.
Well, I mean, that type of story that's not in the Bible. It's an allegory. You're talking about an allegory in that sense. He literally didn't go to sleep and pull a bone out of his head. No. That's not what happened. What you got?
I wasn't gonna go there. I was just gonna say that.
Go ahead.
Basically, Adam felt incomplete, and he wanted.
Well, no, God saw that he was incomplete.
Yes.
Adam didn't. There was already women on the earth. How you figure? Well, you don't know the Bible. That's the point. Give me that in Genesis 1. Read there.
Deuteronomy 20.
I'm gonna break something down to you, sister, because that's Christianity that you're spewing. We don't preach Christianity, but I'm gonna break it down shortly. Give me that.
Deuteronomy 28 and 56. The tender and delicate women among you,
All women, Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, supposed to be tender and delicate. Go ahead.
which would not adventure to set sole of her foot upon the ground.
Our women never even touched the ground in the ancient world. We would carry them on our shoulders, have the little, what's it called? The little, you know what I'm talking about? We carry them on the shoulders. Our women never even worked in the ancient world. Now they're working now, slaving for us. Because we're getting put in jail and getting gunned down. Now y'all getting raised up in a prominent positions because we're not doing our jobs. But it's all systematic, but it all stems from the Bible. Go ahead.
Which would not adventure to set her sole of her foot upon the ground for delicateness.
They were delicate in the ancient world. We look at y'all as precious gems, right?
And tenderness. That's what I know.
Exactly. That's how we looked at our women back in the ancient world. Before we got succumbed to this wicked ideology. Before we got put in slavery. We lost who we were. That's what we're out here teaching our people right now. To come back to our laws, statutes, and commandments. This Bible, what you say you don't necessarily agree with everything, but that's just one single thing that you're saying you disagree with. That's not a major issue. Because us, I'm sorry?
There are other issues I have, like for instance, the issue of slavery. When I believe it's the Old Testament, God
That's in Sicarii. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. But I want to stick to one topic at a time, because you mentioned something earlier about the woman's had a man, and that's just not true. One in 21. Give me that in the Hebrew. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 1 verse 21. And God created great whales and every living creature.
Every living creature, go ahead.
That moveth.
That moveth. Are women and men creatures that moveth? Exactly. So go ahead.
Which the waters brought forth abundantly.
Waters brought forth abundantly. So when a woman gives birth, what's the first thing they say? Oh, my water broke. Because every living being comes from the water, whether you believe it or not. Read.
After their kind.
After their kind, human for human. Read.
And every winged fowl after his kind. And God saw that it was good.
God said making these creatures were good, including human beings. Read. We're going to read the Hebrew, because the Bible's written in Hebrew, right? The Bible is translated from Hebrew, the Old Testament, correct? We're going to go into the Hebrew. I'm just reading it in English right now. Exactly. Go ahead. Read that in that.
Verse 22. And God blessed them, saying, be fruitful and multiply.
Be fruitful and multiply. The men and women need to be fruitful and multiply as well as the animals. Read.
And fill the waters in the seas, and let fowl multiply in the earth. And the evening and the morning were the 5th day.
The 5th day. Man and woman were created on the 5th day. We're going to prove it. Give me that in the Hebrew.
This is the Hebrew word H53 and 15. Nefesh. Nefesh. Soul. Cell. Light. Self. Life. Creature. Person. So when he created that word creature in Hebrew, it means a person was created on that day. So when you get to Adam and Eve, Adam wasn't the first man on the earth.
Right.
He was just chosen out of everybody on earth. He was a chosen lineage.
Actually, what I was trying to say, the first thing was that Adam.
But no, you said Adam was lonely. That's what you said.
No, I'm not lonely. I said complete. I said not saying
What? That's pretty much the same thing.
No, it's really not. Because woman was created.
Give me.
Before man was created.
You and two.
As one. As one. Working together. In fact, for a wife, was helper, aid, assistant.
So did 18. What's that? So what were you saying about women?
Saying is that the woman that Adam and the children man chosen, and he was incomplete. And the reason reason why he was incomplete is because he needed women.
Yeah,
And
true.
So God, what I'm saying is that God made women to fill the needs of the children of Adam. We were created for that purpose. So whatever was he needed or wanted or whatever it was, that's how a woman was created. My point is, females get a lot of flack, a lot of hate, a lot of like, type of shade thrown because the desire that man has for women, it's not our fault.
It's not your fault.
It's not our fault that we were made.
It says it in the Bible.
Exactly.
It's our fault, actually.
But we get the
How?
come on now.
I'm just asking questions.
How?
You're trying to single out the Bible as it's some misogynist Bible. That's crazy.
No, let me explain how. For instance,
el infierno alzó sus ojos estando tormento y Dios le dejó a Abraham
throughout
y a Sara
history,
un seno.
and
Entonces tanto
now,
Dios dijo,
the power that we're going to have over men has been
envía a Lázaro para
sought
que mueva
and controlled by men. For instance, the head
That's a general statement. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that at all. We seek to control you. Is that what you're saying? I don't. Some are. Some of them are. Exactly. I'm not saying it's on one side or the other. It's both. True. Why wouldn't we?
About one.
It says it everywhere. Oh, where you at? I'm gonna drop that. Give me Sirach. Give me Sirach 25. Where you at? Where you at? No, I don't want that. Hold on real quick.
la Biblia como por obra para que nadie se gloríe. La salvación
21, 25 and 21. Go ahead.
Sirach 25 and 21.
Sister, listen to this, sister. Read this.
Stumble not at the beauty of a woman,
Stumble not the beauty of a woman, read.
and desire not for pleasure.
Don't desire her for pleasure. We're not supposed to look at you because you look good. Go ahead.
A woman, if she maintain her husband,
If she take care of her husband, a stay-at-home dad per se, go ahead.
is full of anger.
You're full of anger because that's not how it's supposed to be. A woman is supposed to take care of a man. A man's supposed to take care of you. Is that right? Well, it's true. But for the most part, the Bible says if a man doesn't work, he doesn't eat. A woman, technically, a woman can work all she wants, but the man's supposed to provide for her, period. That's what the Bible says. Go ahead.
Impudence and much reproach. A wicked woman. You want me to read that one too? A wicked woman. A wicked woman abateth the courage, maketh an heavy countenance in a wounded heart. A woman that will not comfort her husband
So a woman that doesn't want to comfort her husband, read.
in distress, maketh weak hands and feeble knees.
Exactly. So if your man come home, have a stressful day, got pulled over by the police, you're supposed to comfort that man, not antagonize him, point the finger at him, not cook him dinner, deny him sex. That's all madness. So it's a joint venture, but it goes hand in hand. A man gotta take care of you first before you can take care of him. You believe that? So that's one thing a woman has to be aware of. But we don't get something else. What you got? Go to 26. Chapter 26. Go ahead.
Sirach 26 and 1. Blessed is the man that hath a virtuous wife, for the number of his days shall be doubled. A virtuous woman rejoiceth her husband, and he shall fulfill the years of his life in peace.
So it's supposed to be a peaceful joint venture. Proverbs 31. Give me that. Hold that and give me that.
A good wife is a good portion, which shall be given in the portion of them that fear the Lord.
So a man that fears the Lord is going to get a good wife, read.
Whether a man be rich or poor,
Whether you're rich or poor, read.
if he have a good heart toward the Lord, he shall at all times rejoice with a cheerful countenance. there be 3 things that mine heart feareth, and the 4th I was sore afraid, the slander of a city, like the gathering together of an unruly multitude, and the false accusation, and all these are worse than death.
Go down to, no, give me, that's at the bottom, huh? Give me, 13.
Verse 13, the grace of a wife delighteth her husband, and her discretion will fatten his bones. Keep reading. Verse 14. A silent and loving woman is a gift of the Lord, and there is nothing so much worth as a mind well instructed.
Well instructed, right? Because your man's supposed to lead you. Your man's supposed to lead you. That's the bottom line. He's the head of the household, correct? Exactly. So you're supposed to follow your husband's lead and trust in him.
He's a figurehead.
It's the same thing. But you can't just be up under any man, though. That's the thing. You got to be able to submit yourself to a man that's righteous and going to treat you right first and foremost and love God.
Right.
A wicked woman is the same as a wicked man. They don't believe in God. They're going to do whatever they feel is right. That's why they cheat on each other, do all this type of madness. Go ahead.
Verse 23. A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
Yeah, they belong together. All that frolicking and folly, they belong together, man. Exactly. So if you got a wicked man, you're wicked yourself. That's what it comes down to. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I mean, it depends. Everybody's relationship is different. Yeah.
He can't do what he do unless she do what she do.
Well, I mean, it's, like I said, it's still a joint venture regardless. But the point is, you're trying to single out the woman like she's supposed to be scorned and downtrodden and beat down in the Bible. But that's not it. That's not how it works. You were blamed for everything, but that's not true. Because the men are supposed to lead us right. The men are supposed to be the leaders.
Right.
Why does everybody want to be a queen with no king in the society? First Timothy 5.
Made bad choices, led the leader to destruction.
Well, Adam got blamed too.
Right. The weakness that man has women is not our fault.
It's not. You were created to do everything you're supposed to do.
Right. But knowing that, as a man, knowing that you have this weakness, you not protect yourself from.
I don't see it as a weakness, though. I don't see it as a weakness. What's considered a weakness about being attracted to different women?
Well, ask Adam.
Where does it say Adam had a weakness for women?
Didn't it say that Eve said, here, honey, eat this? It's just an apple. It
was an apple. It was fruit. It's called. It's fruit. But it's an allegory. So I know what you mean. Though.
Paraphrasing here. My point is, she's the temptress. She's the one saying, here, eat this, honey.
Well, she got tempted though.
She did.
So he just followed suit.
As most women are in the Bible, she quickly followed.
But who got blamed for it though? Adam got blamed for it.
That's right.
Well, I mean,
Adam got blamed for it. Give me that. That's his first
He was the head of the household. It was his decision to make, and he made the decision based on the wiles that he fell for, listening to his bride.
I mean, you're supposed to take your wife's thought into consideration, correct?
I agree.
So they both went off. So they both deserve blame. You're trying to single out Eve.
I'm saying, show me some examples where the woman tells her man some shit and it worked out good.
Yeah, give me that in 1 Ezra. Give me that in 5 and 8. Yeah, go ahead.
First Timothy chapter 5 verse 8. But if any provide not for his own,
Talking about the man providing for his family, right?
and especially for those of his own house, he have denied the faith,
Denied the faith, right?
and is worse than an infidel.
Worse than an infidel. That's talking about the man. If you don't take care of a woman. And we read that earlier, if a woman got to take care of a man, she's going to be pissed off. And that happens right now. You can see movies about it, shows about it, and it happens. I'm sorry?
I spent out of 11 years for that.
I mean, hey, it's not supposed to be like that. Hold on, let me get something real quick.
I don't believe that a man should take care of me financially if I'm able to do so, and I'm working. In this society now, it's a two-earner, at least a two-earner household, at least. Probably more like four-earner to pay rent, and rent is 90% of your paycheck. I got 3 jobs, I work.
Exactly. The Bible speaks about polygyny. You believe in that? Men with multiple wives. No, that's not it. That's not it either. It's another word for that. But polygyny is men with multiple wives. The Bible speaks about that. How you say we're supposed to be jumping head over heels for women? The Bible says we can have multiple wives, more than one wife. Because this whole definition of cheating, that's not in the Bible at all. David had, 1,000 wives? Solomon had 1,000 wives. What slaves? Who was slaves?
The Israelites were slaves.
David was an Israelite, though.
The point is, in the Bible it says, God basically doesn't say, go out and have slaves. But he says, if you have slaves, beat them, don't beat them to death without no sin.
That's not righteous. Right. If they come to serve you, they're going to serve you.
The slaves, that's all right, we'll do that.
Some people,
that's okay too.
Some people sold themselves into slavery to get ahead because they're too poor to take care of themselves. So they offer themselves involuntary servitude 7 years, so they build themselves up and they go on their own. That's what happened in the Bible.
It's okay to beat those people.
What's that?
It's okay to beat those people as long as you don't.
Not necessarily. It does say that as well. It's in the Apocrypha though.
But then when Jesus comes, he has the opportunity in the New Testament to put the kibosh on that. But he says nothing about it.
I'm sorry?
He says nothing about it.
Jesus says nothing about having slaves? Because we didn't have slaves in this time. We were enslaved to the Romans.
That's right.
Jesus Christ was in slavery.
So why wouldn't he speak out against it?
How's he going to speak out against it if he's in slavery?
He's speaking out against everything else in parables.
Because it wasn't his time to do so.
Okay, so I don't know. You must know what line. I don't know.
I'm telling you right now. Christ's job wasn't to get people out of slavery.
But he was asked.
It was a mental slavery, a spiritual slavery. I'm sorry?
Many moral questions. For instance,
what you got?
Jesus, should we
Give me Proverbs 31. Why you say that? Why you say that?
I'm saying that there are many questions that answered about morality. But strangely enough, that went off.
Because they were already enslaved. Right. What are they going to do when they're enslaved to the Romans? They're just going to come in and kill them. What's he going to say about that? They would have killed off all of them if that's the case. The Jews are supposed to speak out against slavery? Against the people that oppressed them, that took them in slavery?
He spoke out against the Romans in many ways.
No, he didn't.
He did.
What did he say? What did he say?
For some reason I can't think of the time, but
he was speaking about the Pharisees 90% of the time.
Right. But
the Pharisees weren't Romans.
We're not. But he spoke out against the Pharisees' relationship with the Romans.
Exactly. They were sellouts.
In a way that people who knew would know. Versus the parables, who knows what they're talking about, but not be like down with the Romans. You know what I mean?
But a lot of people were down with the Romans.
Lots of ways.
That's how you got ahead in life. That's how people got to be down with America. You got to accept homosexuality. You got to accept their ideology to get ahead in this society. Right. It's the same thing. This America is the new Rome. It says that in the Bible too.
Okay. You are here to find.
Give me that Luke 4.
New rules, New Testament, what is it, contract.
Yeah.
Speaking out against what is right and what is wrong. What God wants.
He was mainly speaking out against sin, us being sinners.
Exactly. You can't get around it.
But he wasn't there to overthrow the Romans, so that's the point. He wasn't there to overthrow the Romans at that time.
I didn't say that you should.
Because what happened after Christ died?
I didn't say you should start. What I'm saying is all you have to say is something simple people. For example, when he's asking about taxes, and he said, you want to see what is
Exactly, because it's his money. Just like these green dollars in my pocket, it's just paper. I can burn it right now.
Exactly. And he got nothing. What are you talking about? He's talking about this whole.
Exactly, because it wasn't important.
Okay.
That's what he meant. This money, this dead president in my pocket, don't mean nothing compared to your righteousness in your soul.
That was the political question in order to pose in order to trap Jesus so that he would say something stupid and they could kill him.
Exactly, true.
Instead, he answered the question.
Exactly.
And got his point across.
Uh-huh.
But he was in anger that say something.
Yeah, the Pharisees. Exactly. It wasn't his time to die yet.
Right. So why, since he did not, in similar fashion, address the question of people having people who are less than people.
But the whole nation was in slavery. So what's he supposed to say? Hey, don't be enslaved to the Romans.
No, he would say exactly slavery is wrong.
Paul speaks about that.
Do you think that all people who were enslaved from here from Africa, they didn't talk amongst each other about these white people?
Of course they did.
Okay.
But what happened? Did they get out of slavery? Of course not.
Yes and no.
So what would Jesus would have done? He would have been slavery just the same.
What wasn't to end slavery? What was not to end slavery? My point was
And that's what I said earlier.
whether or not owning another person like cattle is a righteous thing. That's what
That wasn't the point of his ministry at the time. Give me that Luke 4.
changing the political things. You say you should cheat on your husband wife. It doesn't say that in the Bible. You should get married.
This is the thing. Cheating is a modern concept. That's what I told you earlier. Men were allowed to have multiple wives in the Bible. So the concept is, but how do you become a wife in the Bible? How? You got to put a ring on somebody? Like an arranged marriage. Some of that happened, yeah. Some of that happened. Give me that in Genesis 24, Luke 4 and 18 or 17.
Female, the father owned you. Another man wanted you like you. If he had something he could take care of you. Livestock or the hell.
He gave a dowry, yeah, he gave you money for virginity.
So that's how that works. That's basically how it works now. But
Not necessarily.
without the father part.
These are all righteous marriages in the Bible. Unless it's like a rape. Everything that happened in the Bible is righteous as far as a man they looked at the man like, okay, if you're worthy of my daughter, hey, you got to show me something. And obviously at this time in the Old Testament, most of the people was following the law. So that's biblical. That's a law or custom to do it. If you want to take my daughter's virginity and take it away from me, you got to pay me some money. And that's righteous. The same thing of marriages today. If you want to have a marriage with my daughter, hey, somebody gonna pay for this marriage. But that's not our custom, putting a ring on and having white dresses. That's a Roman custom.
That's right.
Rings isn't even our custom.
Right.
So you getting married has nothing to do with any ceremony. Give me that.
Oh yeah, that's right, 6 and 7.
What's that?
That's actually remember. I don't understand.
We're gonna read what marriage is in the Bible. Go ahead.
Genesis chapter 24, verse 67. And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah.
And took Rebekah. What does took mean? We're gonna read.
And took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
Read that from the top.
And Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and took Rebekah, and she became his wife.
Plain and simple. Sex is marriage in the Bible. That's right there. There's no ceremony involved. You pay a dowry to a woman or to her father, have sex, and you're married. That's how it works. I'm sorry? It's a custom.
Actually, it's like this. I see look, I'll go to the father, and I'm giving him the dowry, in pretty much an appreciation that he raised this woman following the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole thing. Like, respect to the father. Like, here's a dowry. You raise this woman. The father's like that too. It's like, I'll raise my daughter following the laws of God. you're going to take my daughter as your wife. You know what I'm saying? So it comes with a dowry. But what consummate all that is the act of sex. Now today, I mean, if you have sex with the woman, or the woman has sex with their husband, with the man, that's her husband. You bypass all that dowry. You bypass all that, and that's your husband. And a lot of women don't like hearing that, man, right? Because it put a mirror right in front of a woman's face and realize how many times have you been, you know what I mean? That's what it is. A lot of people don't want to realize that. But it also puts a mirror in our face too. See how many women have we put away also? You know what I'm saying?
Powerful point. Let me see. Read this. Go ahead. This is Zerubbabel talking about how powerful women are to men. Read.
First Ezra chapter 4, verse 13. Then the third, who has spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak.
Zerubbabel, read.
Oh, Zerubbabel. O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth.
Exactly. None of that excels is what?
Who is it then that ruleth them, or hath the lordship over them?
Who hath the lordship over men? Read.
Are they not women?
Are they not women? Go ahead.
Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land.
Go ahead.
Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men.
Exactly. They do everything for men. They build us. They put us in a position to be flourishing as a baby up to our youth. Read.
These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be.
Wait a minute. It's talking about how good women are right here. This is the Apocrypha. I'm sorry? They took it out. You see that Bible right there? Look at that Bible. 1611 King James. Open it up. The Protestants took this out of the Bible. This was taken out in the 1700s. It belongs in the Bible. If you look at the ancient manuscripts, the Greek Septuagint, 300 BC, all these books were there. They took it out like thousands of years later. Because you know why? It exposes Christianity. It exposes these false pastors on who the Jews are in the Bible. The Gentiles in the New Testament, they're really Israelites. They're not actual Gentiles of the nations. We can get into that as well, but show it that real quick. This is in the middle of the Bible. The Apocrypha is considered the Old Testament. Because why? It's the Greek captivity in here. It says to the Jew, to the Greek in the New Testament, but where did the Greek come in? It comes in the Apocrypha. Because why? The Israelites were enslaved to the Greeks before the Romans. Alexander the Great, he took over the known world, and the Israelites fell to him. It says that right there in the Apocrypha. But they can't put that in the regular Bible because they know, you know why? Because the Israelites turned into Greeks for following their customs. But keep reading that.
Verse 15. Women have borne the king, and all the people that bear rule by sea and land. Even of them came they, and they nourished them up that planted the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. These also make garments for men. These bring glory unto men, and without women cannot men be. Yea, and if men have gathered together gold and silver, or any other goodly thing,
what do they do?
Do they not love a woman which is comely in favor and beauty?
At all the gold and riches, we still gonna love a woman more than that. Why is that? Because we can't hug a gold and black. We gonna hug you, a physical being. Read.
And letting all those things go, do they not gape? And even with open mouth, fix their eyes fast on her?
Exactly. We're gonna fix our eyes fast on her. Fine one, like, man, you see that woman? She's bad as hell. We don't look at no gold chain. Oh man, that's a nice gold chain, brother. No, we gonna look at you. Read.
And have not all men more desire unto her?
We have more desire unto her, like you said earlier. We're supposed to desire you. We have, like some women have men on their arm that's called with a trophy wife or a trophy husband. Cause it looks so damn good to you. Like, man, I finally got this person on my arm. I'm happy now. That's how you're supposed to feel. And he treats you good. That's how it's supposed to be. Keep going.
And have not all men more desire unto her than unto silver or gold?
We desire them more than anything else. Read.
or any goodly thing whatsoever, a man leaveth his own father that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife.
We're gonna leave everything behind for a woman. That's how special y'all were. But now we treat y'all like hoes, prostitutes, pimping y'all out, and all that madness. But in the Bible, we're supposed to treat you like he said earlier. You're not supposed to even put your foot on the ground. He's supposed to be treated as a princess. Read.
He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father.
Read that again.
He sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, and remembereth neither father.
Dang, we don't remember our own family because they're our wives. Read.
Nor mother, nor country.
Exactly. We forget everything behind once we find a good wife. Read.
But this also ye must know that women have dominion over you.
Wait a minute. It says women have dominion over us. You said it's the opposite.
It's good for it should be the opposite. It's figurehead. They say that they run a shit, but everybody knows that they ain't.
Listen.
We play to that.
Give me that Proverbs 31.
It's better if my man comes to a decision on his own.
I mean, sometimes it happens that way. Exactly. It's definitely it requires some insight from another person, especially if it affects both of y'all.
My man, and I love him, and we work together. So anything that I'm trying to get him to do is going to benefit him.
I believe that. Sometimes things need to say. Sometimes things need to say no. We gotta wait for it. I mean, that comes with the territory too. So go ahead.
By this also you must know that women have dominion over you. Do ye not labor and toil, and give and bring all to the woman?
Exactly. Everything we work for is for y'all to take care of the household. It just said that right there. So there's no curse on women. There's no pointing the finger on women all throughout the Bible. It's plain right here. Read.
Yea, a man taketh his sword, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, and to sail upon the sea and upon rivers, and looketh upon a lion, and goeth in the darkness, and when he had stolen, and when he hath stolen, spoiled, and robbed,
when he got all these riches, read.
He bringeth it to his love.
He did what?
He bringeth it to his love.
Everything he did is for the woman. Read.
Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women.
Exactly. Many there be that run out of their wits for women, go crazy over a woman. You talking to somebody else, I'm going to break down your door, bust your window out. That's not going to happen on my watch. That's the whole thing you see right now. Exactly. If that man loves you enough, he going to do whatever it takes to get you back on his side. But guess what? It all comes with some of this law of the Bible. Because this righteous man belongs with a righteous woman. So if we got issues with your 11-year relationship, he said it's over, but moving forward, you got to be circumspect about the word of God. You can't just have that ideology and not read the whole Bible. I believe that. All of it's true. See, this is the thing. There's good, bad, and ugly in the Bible. Exactly. That's what makes it so powerful. It shows the flaws, the weaknesses, the shortcomings, and everything in the Bible. And it also talks about prophecy. That's the main thing. That's the main reason why we believe in the Bible, the prophecies of the Bible. Right. Things that were spoken thousands of years ago that are coming to pass right now. The wars and rumors of wars, isn't that going on right now? Christ spoke about that, right?
That's been going on for centuries.
But Christ spoke about that over 2,000 years ago. And the prophet Jeremiah, Isaiah, that's back in 700 BC, 600 BC. 3,000 years ago. I'm sorry? I mean, yeah, as long as the white man's running stuff.
Right.
Yeah. I'm sorry? Of course they didn't invent war, but the white man perfected the war.
Right.
That's what he did. He built up weaponry. That's his gift. The white man's gift is to build up weaponry. The Indians didn't have guns. You know what the white man brought over? The Gatling gun. Why the Indian man had a bow and arrow.
Right.
In a club. The white man came over with that Gatling gun, that semi-automatic, and gunned them all down and took their land. He perfected war. That's why he got his power now.
Right.
We can't buck up against the white man right now. Same thing with he said Jesus. Jesus can't buck up against the Romans because why?
I wasn't saying that he should have taken a political stance or should have raised the army or
Well, that they say it wasn't his time to do that though. I'm just making a comparison though. What's your nationality, by the way? What's your father? Okay, you'd be an Israelite. You know a little bit about the Bible though. That's powerful. But you know, at the last part of the Bible, Christ says people got to go into slavery.
Right.
You know that? You're gonna rule over somebody in the future. If you don't want it, then I mean, hey, it's gonna happen anyway. Because Christ and the Most High ordained it. For them putting us in slavery, they got to go in slavery for it.
Right.
Ultimately, we disobeyed God to deserve it. But since we're God's chosen people, the Black, Hispanic, Native Americans, we have the obligation to get right with God right now before the Judgment Day. And then when that Judgment Day comes, guess what? America's going to be destroyed. People are going to go into slavery. Then after 1,000 years of slavery, they're going to go back to their country and learn from us. Learn the laws of God. That's what it says in the Bible. And that's all prophetic. But finish this.
Verse 25. Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother. Yea, many there be that have run out of their wits for women, and become servants for their sakes. Many also have perished, have erred, and sinned for women.
Exactly. They've done wrong for women. They did unrighteous things to get a woman. There's something called, what's it called? Gorilla pimping. You heard about that? Gorilla pimping. You just kidnap a girl, take her across state lines, and just force her to pimp for you. That's what some people do. Some people commit adultery. Some people kill somebody else to set them up, send them to jail just to get a woman. It happens all the time. And like I said, art imitates life, so everything you see in movies is things that happen in everyday life.
Right.
You're right. I'm just saying that's just a sin, though. That's a sin. That's what I'm talking about. True. That's a sin, though. Give me that in Deuteronomy 17. And that's a weak man in my eyes. That's a very weak and disgusting individual. And that's not according to God.
Leviticus 19:29. Do not prostitute thy daughter.
Don't prostitute your daughter, your fellow Israelite, a Negro, Hispanic, or Native American woman, read.
To cause her to be a whore.
Don't cause her to be a whore. Don't turn her out, read.
Lest the land fall to whoredom, and the land become full of wickedness.
Exactly. So that's wrong for a brother to pimp out a woman of your own nation. Or any woman per se. We don't want to do that to anybody. That's a sin according to God. That's why we need to come back to these laws. That's one thing in the Bible that's supposed to be followed by us to get back right in the eyes of God. Because our people want to sell drugs, they want to pimp out women, they want to kill each other. That's all contrary to the laws of God.
Right.
And that's what we're out here to do. Tell people that our histories in this Bible is not a white man's book. The prophecies are real. We can see it come to life every day. And we got to come back to these law, statutes, and commandments before it's too late. That's what the grace is about. I mean, hey, if God gives you a fatty, I mean, hey, what can you do? Give me that in Sirach. Sirach, I think it's 33. Exactly. And it's all unrighteousness. That's why they got to be destroyed and taken out of power. It's going to be... Exactly. This is the country built on... This is the country built on debt. That's how they keep you in slavery, monetarily and mentally. That's why you got to come out of it mentally first. Give me that Revelations. What you got? Revelations 18.
Sirach or Ecclesiasticus chapter 27 verse 3. Verse 1. Many have sinned for a small matter.
Many have sinned for a small matter. You want to sell drugs? That's a small matter, actually. Dimes and nicks and whatever the case may be, that's a small matter. But it's still a sin, right?
And he that seeketh for abundance,
You seek for abundance by selling drugs, right? You want to bubble up, right?
will turn his eyes away.
You're going to turn your eyes away from doing righteousness. You're going to sin for that small matter. You want to get an extra buck in your pocket by selling drugs. Go ahead.
As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so doth sin stick close between buying and selling.
Exactly. Sin sticks close to buying and selling them drugs. Because why? You think you're doing a righteous thing in your own eyes. But guess what? It's still a sin. And it's a small matter, but you're not supposed to do it. Because guess what? Give me that in Leviticus real quick. You see that? I'm sorry? Well, we've been oppressed and downtrodden forever. And for the most part, I'm not going to say everybody that sells drugs has been to jail and can't get a job. Because I used to do it. I never been to jail. I used to do it just because. I thought it was cool. Hey, it's something easy to do. I got the plug. I know what to do, know where to go. It is what it is. But it's just something that people think is cool. They talk about it in rap songs, music videos, and that's how people get rich. But guess what? That's the quickest way to go to jail and get put to death. I'm sorry? Well, that's another issue. We don't believe in hell in that context. That, like I said, that's a Christian doctrine per se. Yeah, there's phone numbers on there. There's YouTube pages. We out here every Saturday either way. Oh yeah, definitely, sister. Appreciate your time. Yeah, definitely. There's plenty of videos on YouTube if you want to sit at home and watch it on your own time. And, you know, you gotta repent, sister. You have a great day at work.
This is off the subject, but they're over there yelling out that Jesus doesn't care what sins you commit, he loves you.
That's madness, man. That is despicable. And it's a woman teaching. That's a double destruction. Exactly. Not one scripture coming out over there, man. Northern Kingdom is finished, man. It's despicable. What you got? Yeah, give me that.
Deuteronomy 23:17. There shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
Exactly. No whore of the daughter of Israel. You can't have multiple husbands. You can't just be sleeping with everybody you think it's fit. Read.
Nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
Nor a sodomite. No, a homosexual, man. You can't be bisexual. You can't be homosexual. You can't be asexual. You can't agree with it. You can't participate in it. None of that.